Dr. Matt, one of the most important questions I hear from moms is this safe for me and my child? And not only is it the most important, it can be the most worrisome too, right? Because that's what keeps us up at night is this safe for my kids who I care the most about in the world? And that's really why I want to do this video, because I've been asked by a lot of moms about the safety of Tylenol and pregnancy. In fact, the one that's been most recent was a mom named Beth. She had just got pregnant. She struggled with migraines even before the pregnancy. She found out in a lot of moms groups and read a couple articles that acetaminophen might not be safe, but she just didn't have any options. She was worried, okay, will I miss work? How am I going to be able to handle these without that? And thankfully, she found neurologically-focused chiropractic care. And it really, really helped her. But I wanted to make this video for other moms like Beth who may have not known the research, know where to look, or know where options to turn, or maybe just not known that there was even a debate whether Tylenol was safe within pregnancy. So what I want to pull up right now is a quick study. And this study looks at a systematic review of the use of acetaminophen Tylenol in pregnancy. Now, even before the study, to set this up, they did a study back in 2020 that looked at mom's cord blood. And they found that in 1,000 cases, cord blood that had more acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol in it, were 3 times more likely to struggle either with autism or ADHD or developmental delays. So they figured, hey, we need to look more into this. So they took this study I'm about to pull up now, and they actually looked at 13 other studies. So a culmination of about 70,000 different cases that they documented. And they actually found a 20% increased risk in the risk of neurodevelopmental issues like autism spectrum, ADHD among acetaminophen exposed children. So I want to pull up this study right here, because here's the title of it: A Systematic Review of the Link Between Autism Spectrum Disorder and Acetaminophen, a Mystery to Resolve. Systematic review, it's simply looking at 13 different studies over a broad spectrum. And this was over here in 2022. I want to scroll down here just to get to the summary of this. It talks about through all the methods and the results and the testing that they did. But in this discussion, they really looked at this main question: does acetaminophen affect neurodevelopment? Evidence from the observational studies. And it said this: while analyzing our data, we found out that all studies were showing similar results. We found collective evidence from thousands of participants in 13 studies that acetaminophen during pregnancy is associated with several neurodevelopmental disorders, including ASD and ADHD. Now, I share this study with you not at all to scare you. And to be honest, just looking at one study doesn't necessarily prove a cause and effect. These retrospective studies look back at a lot of things, and there's some just ambiguity in all of them. But the reason I share this with you is to make you aware and let you know there are other options. If you struggle with pain, if you struggle with fevers, if you struggle with migraines and headaches and all these things where you would look to use something like Tylenol, we want to give you other options. In these cases, this is why, being a pediatric and family chiropractor, we love neurologically focused chiropractic. It's a natural, holistic way to help your body not be in pain, but also help the root cause of the function of where that pain is coming from. So that's an option for you. If you're struggling with this, I'd encourage you, talk to your general practitioner, talk to your OBGYN, talk to them about what are other options you have. And if you have taken Tylenol or are taking Tylenol, use the absolute lowest dose possible just based on this study. Now, I know with anything, it can be very, very stressful to know what to do or what not to do. So we want to provide you with more resources. If you click the link in the bio, you can read a whole article on our site, the pxdocs site, that walks you through the research and how this is or isn't safe, along with a lot of other things and a lot of other options. We know that for your kids, safety is absolutely key. And there's an intricate puzzle that happens with kiddos that struggle with autism, that struggle with ADHD, that struggle with neurodevelopmental delays, and we're here to help. In fact, our office helps a lot of kiddos that struggle with those things, not by treating them or treating those conditions, but going after the causes. What we know is in conditions like autism, ADHD, sensory and neurodevelopmental delays, is they start somewhere. If you go back to the root cause, oftentimes child have had a difficult traumatic birth. Oftentimes they struggled with latching, they struggled with nursing, they struggled with digestion and sleep and motor control and all of these things. So in our world, in no way do we treat the diagnosis. We go back and we say, okay, how can we help these milestones to be built, the sequence of those milestones to get better? So if you are just questioning, okay, is this medication safe? Or maybe you're past that and you have a child that's struggling, or maybe you're struggling, we would love to help and we would unpack that. So we would love, check out our links, check out our bio. We've got a lot of articles for you. And if you need to talk to one of us, we are here for you. We want to do a consult, we want to chat, we want to do our neurological measurements to help you in the most natural drug and medication way free possible. Because if that fits your values, that's going to be right for you. And there's nothing better than that peace of mind of knowing that this is safe for me and my child.